Good afternoon. Time is 1:46. Friday, October 8th. We're in the new moon as of a couple days ago. I'm at the beach, as you can see. I'm also in my car because that's where I'm chilling right now. Hope you're having a nice day, and I hope you're ready for your weekend. Hope we got big plans or no plans, whatever. I've really enjoyed making these videos, and I enjoy connecting with the folks that get to see them, that take the time from their busy lives to connect with me in that way. Thank you. Shuffling my Oracle deck today again, because it's the only one I'm working with right now, but it does the job, and gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm going to do a little bit different reading today. Still doing 3 cards, but instead of past, present, and future, I'm going to do situation, action, outcome. So we'll see what kind of what kind of new insight we can glean. Oh, no run-ins with the law today, so that's pretty exciting. Oh my! All right, so I'm struggling to keep control of my deck. I got them all, I think. I just got a message from my mom, and I found this this keychain that made its way back to me. It says "Don't do stupid shit." So maybe that's the reading for today. Ooh, no, but we will we'll see how it affects us. Oh boy! All right. Speaking of not doing stupid shit, let's pull some cards. 4 of Embers. Oh god, can't get these cards enough. So again, we're doing, what did I say? Situation, action, outcome. 4 of Embers, our situation, our action, our 8 of Birds. It's going to be our action card. See what that has to provide for us. And an Ace of Lotuses. Ooh, that's promising. Ace of Lotuses, harmony with the elements, flowing waters lead to cleansed minds. I spend a lot of time in my car these days, by the way. I'm very happy to have my own vehicle because it allows me to do what I want, when I want. No, that's not helping. I've put on over 2,000 miles on my car since being out here, so you can imagine how much I've explored myself and the island. Got my espresso. It's watered down. Okay, this should be interesting. So let's get you guys looking at the cards as they are. Boop. They're all borderless, expansive minor arcana. Four of Embers. What are we looking at? We got a household, fire burning, four flames burning. Reminds me of the house I find myself in these days. Me, Chase, Amanda, and Echo, the pup. Oh, I don't like that angle, you guys. Let's try that. Looking harmonious. We got shelter. Excuse me. We're sheltered from the stormy background. Warm, clean, dry. Important to, just can't hurt to be thankful for what we got. What was a song I heard recently? Hold on to what you've got. You always You always want what you're not. I think that's how it goes. By Jessica Carvo. Calling all the astronauts. Anyway, I digress. The situation with a home that's full of light and warmth. I could say that's a situation I find myself in. Hopefully you find yourself in a situation where life is providing basic necessities, because I know our government doesn't do that if it can help it. But remember, just because things are cozy and going all right inside doesn't mean the world stops turning, and the world outside is a scary, turbulent place. And it helps to have a grounding shelter, a grounding place to rest your weary soul while we navigate a most chaotic and troubling time we find ourselves in. Reminder about this deck. It's the mirror to the major arcana, the typical swords, chalices, wands, cups. So our Four of Embers is a Four of Wands equivalent or mirror. The shrine upright reflects community, home, and celebration. The shrine, it shows itself to us when we are approaching a midpoint in our journey. It reminds us that the work is not yet over, but that does not mean we can't take a pause to celebrate and self-care. Your journey will be made easier with proper rest and reflection. Often when we power through things without stopping, we get there faster, but not as well off. Pace yourself and you will come out ahead in the end. Well, that's just dandy. We're always on to the next thing, on to the next journey, on to the next phase of whatever we do. And getting to a new plateau just sometimes pushes people to just keep climbing higher. But this is telling us to rest and reflect, REFLECT. And while the work's not yet over, you can and should celebrate how far you've come, what you've accomplished up to this point, as you get prepared for what's to come. Reversed. Lack of support, transience, and home conflicts. Uh-oh. Upside down, the candles in the shrine will surely fall from safety and crash into its wooden structure. When this card appears reversed, it can represent a conflict in your own personal space. This could be due to constantly moving without taking time to pause. If you can find the time to take a break and free yourself from the constant daily routine, you will find it much easier to appreciate the journey, and you may also notice that some of the conflicts will fade. the importance of breathing and reflecting and making sure that your house is in order before moving on. Taking a break from the constant daily routine, that's hard to do when we're set in our ways, when we have our routine, when we have our work and the chores that come after it and the people we see regularly. It can be difficult to break free from that because, well, you think you might be disappointing people or letting them down, but the truth is people want the right people, the people that have it out, have your best interest in mind. They'd rather you take that time, say no if you're feeling unable to give, and I never know where to look. I keep looking at myself because can you blame me? But I should also look into the camera because then I'd see your eyes. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And also just in the last part about conflicts might fade if you take that time to slow down. Just that idea of things you're hyping up in your head or conflicts you think exist may not be as conflicted, and just take that moment of rest and contemplative effort might shine a light on them and cause them to just simply fade away. So that's the situation we find ourselves in. Whether it's reversed or upright, like I said, it doesn't matter. It just matters what resonates with you. So hopefully something to that effect resonates with you. Beautiful soul watching this. On to the Eight of Birds. Eight of Birds mirror card is the Eight of Swords. Upright, it can mean imprisonment, entrapment, and self-victimization. Oh no, wait, actually before I read into it, let's see what I can glean from it. Shink. Eight of Birds. We got a whirling ruckus of a twister hurricane. We got the birds seemingly flying around it, but maybe they're trying to stay out of it. We got, this could be clouds or mountains. Looks fiery almost. Lots of chaotic winds whipping about. So what? Situation, action, outcome. So what action does this card represent? It could represent flying out of chaotic situations, removing yourself from the whirling dervish of our lives, to maybe that we need to not do it alone, needing the flock of the chosen people in our lives to get us out of a sticky situation. And also the pull of chaos is it's hard to run away from, because sometimes we're addicted to it, or it's all we know, so it's all we hold on to. But life shouldn't be hard, and it definitely shouldn't be hard of your own making. Life's already hard enough. Upright. Story time. Upright. Imprisonment, entrapment, or self-victimization. When the tornado shows up in a reading, you can expect a certain level of destruction and self-victimization to follow. Perhaps the situation has spiraled into something unmanageable and it's hurling right towards you. Don't pity yourself for being stuck here. Part of it was your own doing. The imprisonment you may be feeling is self-imposed. Move through it and exit the destruction with as much dignity as you can. So, recognize that your actions may have gotten you to this point, but doesn't mean you're a failure, and it doesn't mean you're less than or not valid. But minimizing harm on the way out of a situation is going to be your best bet. Reversed, it's a little nicer. Self-acceptance, new perspective, and freedom. Upside down, the tornado whips you into the sky. May not be how you planned to get here, but it is indeed freedom. You soar into the sky, and in a single moment, you feel truly safe. When this card appears, it asks you to let this newfound perspective wash over you. This is a time for self-acceptance. While you are airborne, you might as well fly. Ooh, I like that. While you are airborne, you might as well fly. That's definitely a classic. What am I trying to say? Definitely how I move through life in terms of situations happen, and instead of letting them control me or define me, I find that I just let these opportunities, let these experiences wash over me, and what sticks are the lessons worth learning and holding on to, and what flows down the river are the things not meant for me, at least not this time around. Sometimes you might find yourself ending up in a situation over and over and over again, and I think at that point you have to ask yourself, what can you change, what shifts can you make to stop running into a cyclical situation, or you just haven't yet learned from that situation that you keep repeating the lessons that you're meant to learn before you can move on. So if you find yourself, again, this is the action card, it's a little more difficult but if you find that your actions, keep landing you in the same water over and over, like I said, ask yourself what changes can you make reasonably that can change your outcome so that you can move forward and continue progressing and growing and learning and evolving. All those fun things. What's our outcome then? The Ace of Lotuses. God, it's such a beautiful card. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Woo! Look at that. Bam! Flowing rainbow goodness, light every which way, pouring forth from the flower into the water below. Life nourishing itself. Water fills the ground below. That keeps the lotus alive. Cycle continues. God damn. That's one of my favorite cards, easily. I say that about a lot of them, though. Fucking gorgeous. One more time. Boop. So the outcome looks pretty stellar. Honestly, it just looks like balance has been achieved, and beauty has been achieved, and harmonious convergence is upon us. I think it shows the importance of letting things flow, and that can be how you respond to situations. It can be referring to not letting things get you down. or something gets you down, find out why, understand what it is about a given situation that's tripping you up. We have a guest. I mean, this is like, in terms of like the layout, situation, action, outcome, this seems like one of the best outcomes we could hope for. Beauty, harmony, non-stagnated waters means free-flowing energy, means not being stuck where you are and moving forward. As long as you're moving, forward is subjective, I guess. Movement is important. Being comfortable is not necessarily the goal. Yes, it's good to be comfortable, but with comfort comes complacency, and complacency leads to stagnation, and that's how waters get murky in rivers, and nasty mosquitoes are born out of stagnant waters. Who wants that? That's how you get West Nile. Upright, the Ace of Lotuses, which is the Ace of Chalices, for those that care. New feelings, emotional surplus, and intuition. The wellspring offers an infinite source of emotion as it cleanses everything around it, allowing space for new feelings to grow. Drink from the flowing gold. It will nourish your spirit. When this card comes up, it's a sign that you're about to embark on a new emotional journey. Embrace this and do not fear in new emotions, but rather adventure. It is sure to provide a sense of rejuvenation. Brilliant. That's great too. Again, as the third card, as the outcome card, it represents you coming out of something. That something being the Four of Embers, Eight of Birds. You come out of a situation feeling renewed, spiritually nourished, and I could not agree more with the encouragement of embracing new emotions and adventures, as they will lead to a sense of rejuvenation. Because a lot of folks in the world stay stuck through not necessarily any fault of their own, but it's easy to stay where you are, thinking that that's where you're meant to be. Maybe you are, and that's okay too. I think though, when you do the work with a capital W, there's no standing still, whether you like it or not. Sorry. So you better might as well embrace the fact that we're always moving forward, whether you like it or not, and the best you can do is flow with it, learn with it, grow with it. Reversed, it can mean emotional loss, blocked creativity, and emptiness, so like the opposite. Reversed, the wellspring is clogged and a deep need of release of emotion is needed. There is a deep need of release of emotions, but something is blocking its path. This is not an outside force, but rather something within. You're stopping you. The only thing stopping you is you. If this card shows up, I added that part. If this card shows up reversed, ask yourself if you are guarding your heart for the right reasons. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you may be surprised how much the other aspects of your life will change. Everything is connected, and if one part of your heart cannot feel what it needs to do, that may very well trickle down into your soul. Let me read that again, because I zoned out. Everything is connected. And if one part of your soul cannot feel what it needs to, that may very well trickle down into your soul. I'm sorry. If one part of your heart cannot feel what it needs to, that may very well trickle down into your soul. Well, as someone who allows himself to be vulnerable, like making this video, I can't say that my life has changed from making these videos and allowing myself to be vulnerable, but it's definitely improved, even if it's like not, earth-shattering. I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversations I've had with people who have reached out about these videos. I think it can only continue improving my outlook on things and my connections with people. And as I say, let yourself be vulnerable, because my favorite Dr. Seuss quote, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. And I think being vulnerable is like the easiest way to know if the person you're spending your time with, you're putting energy into, is worth keeping around. Being vulnerable allows you to express yourself in a way that's not constrictive. As a Sagittarius, I find it hard to be in situations where I can't be almost like too outspoken. Sometimes I'll find myself in situations where like I can't talk about maybe aspects of my life or like things I've done or things I'm doing. And when I find myself in those situations, I want to get myself out of those situations. What's the point? What am I talking about? Being vulnerable is really the only way forward. We're taught in this society that being vulnerable is for insert slur. And being vulnerable makes you weak, and man, I just could not disagree more. Being able to be vulnerable is a strong characteristic in anybody. And being vulnerable allows your heart to grow, because you're allowing people into your heart. And the more people you fit in, the more it expands. And being vulnerable with people connects you with people who are vulnerable with themselves, and that is a good relationship to have, because otherwise, you spend time with people who aren't vulnerable, which means they aren't themselves around you, and then who are you spending time with? You don't even know. Hi. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. Let's get a look at that ocean again. God damn, she's beautiful. Got my amethyst. Oh, I think that's it. Let's get another look at the cards. We're at the 30-minute mark almost, so might as well call it there. But again, thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for letting me be vulnerable. I will probably keep on doing this, because this gives me a lot of joy. And as my mom would say, I don't even know if I agree that much, but I did find this to be a funny message from her. But oh. Don't do stupid shit. Or do it and just don't tell my mom. Alright. I love you, beautiful soul, watching this. And until next time.